Okay, at this point, you definitely should have picked out that precise word that describes your mood when reading that passage of Wrinkle in Time. And you should definitely have at least one quote written down. If you're still finishing up the secondary quotes, that's totally fine. We're going to go ahead and read what our 7th step is. So could you please, Dupree, just read step 7? It's at the bottom of page 13.
Imagine that you are co-directing a film with people in time. Work with your partner hand in that visual of one frame or no more than 3 frames that represents the imagery from the set. Use a variety of film techniques.
Awesome. So now we're getting ready to do the drawing aspect. And this drawing aspect you don't have to do alone. You can work with a partner. Now, you don't have to. That's just an option. Okay? So what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and turn to page 14. And page 14, you're going to have this giant kind of empty graphic organizer. And what I'm going to have you focus in on is all the way at the very top. There's something that wasn't really completed for you. So what I want you to do at the top, where you see shot, angle, and lighting in the technique, I want you to copy those subheadings in the explanation box as well as in the intended effects box. We're going to do that first. So you're just copying those subheadings in the technique box, also in the explanation and intended effects box. And I'm going to briefly explain what you're going to do with either your partner or on your own, if you're choosing to work on your own for this one. So you need to decide, first and foremost, which scene would you want to sketch out or to draw. Okay, so maybe you want to choose when the 3 children are first going into the neighborhood. Maybe it's the scene where the mother figures clap at the same time, or when the little boy is bouncing the ball awkwardly. Okay, these are just examples. Once you've decided which scene you would really like to try and visualize, what you've got to do first is decide what techniques would best capture the mood that you would want your audience to experience. So which types of shots? Long shot, close-up, extreme close-up, which types of angles, high-low or eye-level, and also a type of lighting. So that's pretty easy to do. Now, in the middle column, the explanation, what you need to do there is explain why do you want there to be a long shot? Why do you want low angles? Or why do you want high-key lighting? And the last piece, the intended effect, you need to answer the question, how does your technique prove the mood is present? So if your mood is to be suspenseful, how would low-key lighting naturally make that intended mood appear? Okay? Now, once you've done that, at the very bottom, you're going to title what your illustration is, and then you're just going to do a really quick sketch. Okay? Now, something to notice in that yellow box to the left of the screen, it says you're going to draft your ideas in one person's book first. So you're starting off with a draft in one book, and then you're going to make a final draft in your partner's book. However, if you're working alone, obviously you're only going to have one piece of paper to work with, so you're going to want to make it count. All right, do you have any questions so far? You feeling okay? All right, then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you about, let's say, 8-9 minutes to go ahead and draft out this scene with either a partner or by yourself. Your partner can be anywhere in the room, so if you want to move around, you can. I don't have a problem with that. And again, if you are working by yourself, you're going to be completing one piece of paper. If you're working with a partner, draft in one person's book first. All right, folks, you've got 7 minutes to go ahead and get this draft started. Go ahead and get it going.